Hi everybody, it's Coloring Wednesday and Rambling. I am Shalene. Last week, someone made a comment that they would like to see all my coloring supplies and my coloring books. So for my supplies, I keep these in my 31. These are from 31, I forget what, it's a little tote. And I have 3 things of gel pens, and I don't remember the brand. Is it in here? Fiskars. Fiskars gel pens. There's glitter, neon, metallic, swirl, and 2 black gel pens. And I keep them in the containers that Crystal Light comes in. So they're in there like that. And I also have Stabilo's pens, and they have a fine point of 0.4, and I have a bunch of Prisma colored pencils, and I have another set of 24, and I get these from Dick Blick online. They're the cheapest places. They're cheaper than going to Michael's. And I have a set of 72 of Marco Refine pencils, and the ends of them show what color. And I also have those in a 31 tote. I also have Prisma colored markers, which I got at Michael's, and I also get them from Dick Blick. Cat hair. And I have a bunch of Sharpie markers, and I have some off-brand watercolored pencils. And for coloring books, I have Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy by Hannah Lynn. I have Halloween coloring book by Molly Harrison. Steampunk Designs, Creative Haven. The Can't Sleep coloring book. Creative Cats coloring book by Creative Haven. The Posh coloring book, Inspirational Quotes for Fun and Relaxation. Christmas Magic, Fabulous Festive Designs to Color. Splash of Color. These are Christmas and winter. Paisley patterns. My Mother, My Heart, a Joyful Book to Color that my oldest son gave me for my birthday. Creative Color in Mandalas, which are my favorite to color. And Mermaids, Fairies, and Fantasy by Cheryl Casey. These are called grayscale, and you just color them in and everything's already shaded in. And I have Jasmine Beckett Griffith's coloring book. Creative Haven's Fanciful Faces. Off the Bookshelf. Beautiful Dog Breeds. Fantasy Art coloring book by Molly Harrison. Grimm's Fairy Tales adult coloring book. My Besties, Fluffies, Big Beautiful Fluffy Girls, Volume 1. Animal Kingdom by Millie Murata. Lost Ocean by Joanna Bradsford. Mandalas and More coloring book treasury. Big Kids coloring book, Fairy Houses and Fairy Doors, Volume 2. And Doodle Invasion. Now, I have a cat in this that I have to get out because she is very nosy. And so that's what I did. Those are all my books I have. Plus I have a folder full of free ones that I got off the internet. Okay. So this week, I don't know what she's doing now. She also wanted me to give a recipe. So my favorite recipe that is my comfort food is a ham and noodle casserole. I will put my recipe on my blog, and I will put the link down below so you can print it up if you want to. This is my comfort food. Like people like macaroni and cheese, I love this ham and noodle casserole. I could eat the whole thing, so needless to say, I hardly make it because I will eat the whole thing. It has noodles in it, a pound of chopped ham, shredded cheddar cheese, a green pepper, 2 cans of cream of celery soup, some milk, some horseradish, some mustard, and crushed potato chips. And you put it all in, except for the potato chips. You mix it all up, you put it in the oven, you bake it for so long, and then you put the crumbled potato chips on top, you put it back in, and it is to die for. I like anything that has cheese in it, and this has the cheese and the creaminess from the cream of celery soup, and it's got the ham and the crunch a little bit from the potato chips, and it's just I love it. So yeah, I will put the recipe online and you will be able to find it. And this week in the mail, I got 2 things of nail polish from KB Shimmer. This one is a glittery dark brown bronzy color called Oh My Ganache. It's kind of pretty. And then I got a deep purple shimmery one called Fright This Way. That's what I got in the mail. And I'd like to know what your favorite coloring book is and what your favorite thing is to color with. Also, this week I watched Sunday night was my new show called Chesapeake Shores, based on the books by Cheryl Woods. And that was like the 5th or 6th episode, and I really like it. It's on Hallmark Channel on Sunday nights. And then last night Scream Queens came back on Fox, and I didn't finish watching it last year because it's a really silly show, but this year it's got John Stamos on it, and anything with John Stamos I have to watch. He was on it, Taylor Lautner's on it, and Jerry O'Connell is on it. John Stamos and Taylor Lautner play doctors. Jerry O'Connell was on it, and I don't know how this was with John Stamos, because John Stamos' wife was Rebecca Romaine. And when they got divorced, she ended up marrying Jerry O'Connell and had children with him. And so I'm wondering how much friction there is there. And then last night was a new show on NBC called This Is Us. And it had Mandy Moore in it. And all the characters on there all celebrate the same birthday. And they turned 36. And it has Mandy Moore on it. And it had Alan Thicke on there. And Gerald McCraney, is that his name? I can't remember. When you get to the end, you're going to have an oh wow moment. And I had goosebumps. This was a really good show, and I highly recommend it. Last night was the first time it was on. It was the premiere show. I hope it lasts because it was really good. Tomorrow night is back of Grey's Anatomy. How many of you watch Grey's Anatomy? Because I love that show. I've been watching it since the very first episode. I have cried on it with watching the show. I have laughed. I've been happy and sad. And yeah, it's going to be different with another character gone. So I can't wait for that. I also watch The Good Witch, which is on in the springtime, and I DVR it. And I watched all the movies up to the Halloween episode, and now I'm watching season 1, and then I'll watch last year's Halloween movie, and then I'll watch this past season 2 of The Good Witch. Now I can start. Oh, I just finished a book a little while ago called Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. And this was good. I gave it 3 out of 5 star. And it has to do with 3 families that had a barbecue in the backyard and something happened. And now the neighbors all, the neighbors all, their marriages kind of go through a rough spot, and their friendships go through a rough spot. And I liked it. It was good. And so tonight or tomorrow I will be starting Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. And this looks good. I've heard this is good. So we'll be doing that. And so tonight I'm coloring this here. And I think I'm going to use my Prismacolor markers. I got 48 of them. They came in a container like this. And I am going to use browns, oranges, and yellows. So, anything else going on this week? I babysit my grandsons, and I go to their house, and I get there a little after 6, and I leave around 4. Yesterday, I took them to the library because they have story time at 11 a.m. So, Carson is 2.5 years old, and Blake is 3.5 months old. So we go there on Tuesday mornings, and they have a playroom in there, so we get there a little early so Carson can play with some of the other kids. And then he listens to story time, and they usually do a little bit of craft or a game afterwards. And then we go home for lunch. So we did that yesterday. And then today I had them at my house because Carson gets very bored and antsy when he's in the house all the time at their own house. So I try to bring them here. Plus their toilet wasn't working right. And I'm not going all day without a working toilet. I don't know about you, but that ain't happening. So I brought them to my house, and they played, watched TV and played on the tablet. And we had fun. I had to get some stuff together so that Carson can do some crafts. I think he would like to do that. So what do any of you think about this Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie divorce? Why am I not surprised? Although what really freaking pisses me off is they lived together for years, had these kids, and now she decides she doesn't like his parenting skills. Really? Come on. So now she wants sole custody of the kids because of that? You would have known what kind of father he was before you got married, since you lived together for all those years. I'm not fond of her anyways. I think she's kind of uppity, and I don't think she's very pretty. I don't know why. I don't think she's pretty at all. And since Brad Pitt's been with her, he's kind of let himself go. He looks like shit. Maybe he'll start looking better. I don't know. But I watched, Crystal the bookworm, Monday night she did mukbang with Chinese food. Now I was dying for Chinese, so I had to have Chinese for lunch today. And since there was quite a bit of it left over, I also had it for lunch. Or supper, I mean. So I got shrimp fried rice and shrimp with Chinese vegetables and an egg roll, because you cannot have Chinese food without an egg roll. That was very good. It satisfied my Chinese craving, and I probably won't want Chinese again for quite a while. So, how many of you like to color? Do I have a lot of coloring subscribers on here, or do you just follow me from being watching my books? So Sunday nights I do cross stitching while I just ramble on, and Friday is my Friday reads, where I discuss what I've read, what I'm reading, what I plan on reading. If I've bought any books, I do book hauls. And I have to thank all of you who have been subscribing to my channel. I'm loving it. And you all click on like down below if you like this video. And you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I can't believe that people actually like to watch. And I've been watching more videos of people that sit there and eat while they just ramble on, and those become very popular. I can't see me doing that though, but I do like doing the cross stitch and talking, and the coloring and talking. I don't need any more coloring books, as you could see. And I didn't even show you the big stack of ones that of the patterns I've gotten free from online. So anybody that says they can't afford, if you have a printer and an ink and paper, you can get a ton of free ones online. Hey, no. Cat scratching at my my fabric bin that my coloring books are in. I'm surprised she's not photobombing. This cat always photobombs in all my videos. I've only had her for I think a month now. She was my son's cat. She gets up into everything. She is a jumper. She likes to be up high. So she climbs on top of my bookcases. She gets on top of my curio cabinet. She's always getting into trouble. But I'm going to say goodbye because I think this video's been like 15 minutes already. And I will catch you Friday if you want to watch my Friday reads. Sunday if you want to watch me cross stitch. Or just wait again till next Wednesday for coloring. So this is what I've done so far today. Oh, and I can show you what I did finish that doodle invasion last week. And where is that? Move, cat. Pearl, you're not cooperating. Okay, so last week I was coloring and you only saw the balloon done. So there it is. And that was done with my colored pencils. So that was the doodle invasion. So I will see you next week, or Friday, or Sunday. You all have a great night. Bye.